is about time to get this sketchy package that sort of looks like a bomb off my desk. Hello guys, and welcome to another installment of A Computers and Technology. Today we're going to be taking a look at a pair of 720p spy glasses I bought off eBay for 12 bucks. The link will be in the description if you want to check them out. I was originally planning to do a review on these USB AA rechargeable batteries because I thought they were really cool, but I still haven't done all the testing and everything yet. And I also really wanted to get this big bulky thing off my desk. So instead of doing that, we're going to take a look at these next week. And today, we're going to take a look at the spy glasses. I'm going to unbox them, talk about the quality a little bit. We're going to take a look at some sample footage. I'll give you my final thoughts, and that's going to be about it for the video. So not too much today. It is going to be interesting to see how much we actually get for $12 and if they're any good. Because if you remember, I did a review on some XL Van sunglasses a couple weeks ago, and they actually ended up being pretty decent, and I hope these end up being the same way. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take these out of the box. Now I have my scissors right here, and I'm not really sure how to tackle this package. It looks like it does separate right here. There's a small seam, so I'm going to go ahead and dig in there with my scissors. Hopefully I don't accidentally cut anything that I don't mean to. I'm just going to cut all the way around. And there we go. So that wasn't too bad at all. Just had to cut around the seams there and get that tape out of the way. They do come in a little carrying case. It's nothing that's going to keep them safe or anything. It's like a little velvet bag, but it's a nice touch. And there is a cleaning cloth right here. This is actually really thin. Not really liking the cleaning cloth too much. Usually I don't have a problem with them, but this one is like really, really thin. So, I mean, it'll get the job done, but it's just one of those things to note. And then there is a user manual right here. Is this in English? Yes, it is. This side is in English. Apparently, this one has 4 gigabytes of built-in memory. I'm going to actually test that this time before we do actually put a 32 gigabyte SD card in it, or micro SD card in this case. And I'll just read through here. The directions don't look too bad. I'll take a closer look at these in just a minute. But first, let's take the glasses out of this bag. Come on, you gonna come out? No, it's kind of caught there. And you know what? First impressions, you know what? There is what looks like a small manufacturing defect already. There's actually a wire running through one of the lenses right here. You know what? Wow, it's actually running behind the lens right here, so I can get in there and move it with my finger. So that's a bit disappointing right off the bat. These feel a little bit cheaper than those XL Van sunglasses. I think something happened with one of the screws. It might need to be tightened. So I'm going to see if I can't get that wire back into the little crevice right here that belongs. And then I will get back to you guys because that is really annoying me. I'm going to see if I can fix that first. Now, when a product arrives falling apart, that's usually not a good sign as far as quality is concerned, and I can tell you guys right now that these things do feel pretty cheap. Granted, they were 12 bucks, but there is another issue that I have with them as well, and I will get to that in just a minute. But first off, let's just take a look at the glasses themselves. So I was able to shove that wire back into the frame, but no matter how much I tighten the screws, it is still not staying together properly. Overall, once again, it just feels pretty cheap. Don't even know if it works yet. Haven't powered them on because, guess what? It does not come with a USB cable. It was advertised to ship with the USB cable that goes from the glasses to the computer. Didn't come with one of those, so that is unfortunate as well. So not starting off too great. The good news is that I do have a USB cable that will work with these glasses because it's the exact same connector as the XL Van sunglasses, so I do have one of these laying around, but the glasses themselves that were supposed to come with a USB cable did not, so that is unfortunate right there. Something you guys are going to want to be aware of. I'm not sure if it's just a mistake they made or if it's just false advertising. So far, things aren't looking too good. I'm going to play around with these for a little bit, try to check out what the video quality looks like, see if these even have any built-in flash, and if they will even take video. So Hopefully the video quality kind of brings this review back and it's actually decent, so I will get back to you guys in just a minute. Alright, so it's been about 3 minutes since that last clip, and I put the glasses on, and let me tell you guys that this is extremely disorienting. The lenses distort the view a lot. I mean, this is really bad. Like, it's gonna give me a migraine after wearing them for like 2 minutes bad. So not really sure how usable these are. I gotta take these off because I'm about to be sick. I'm gonna bring it up to the camera and see if the camera will capture it. Alright, so the camera's not actually picking it up, unfortunately. I'm looking through the view screen right now and it doesn't look too distorted, but when you actually put them on, it is really disorienting. I'm not really liking that much at all. Let me get closer to the mic. Yeah, so I don't even know if I can use these because honestly, they're gonna make me real sick. They're gonna give me a headache after wearing them for a couple minutes, and it's not a pleasant experience at all. Wow. So here's a first look at the video and audio quality. I've tried to record this clip 3 times now, and all 3 times I wasn't actually recording, so it is a bit finicky to try to get these to actually work, but I think this time I might actually have it now, so hopefully it is recording, and hopefully my face is actually in frame, because it's really hard to figure out where the camera is actually pointed at. But I went back, checked out some sample video, and this is not true 720p video. This is 720 by 480, so there's some false advertising going on the eBay product page. Also, the first thing that you probably noticed was the fact that this device is capturing video upside down. So I'm upside down right now. I will go into editing, and when I actually put together a montage of some sample clips, I will flip the image so it's not so disorienting. But right now you can see that this device is actually capturing the not 720p video upside down. One thing that I was pretty impressed with was the fact that the audio quality on this is pretty decent. With the pair of spy sunglasses and the keychain that I reviewed the other day, the spy camera keychain thing, the audio quality was pretty bad. There was a lot of noise in the background, really grainy, and it was hard to hear me. I went back and watched some sample video using these, and it wasn't too bad. Speaking of not too bad, despite the fact that the video quality is not at 720p in its current resolution, the quality is actually decent. There's not a lot of grain in the footage, and you can actually make out everything pretty well. Colors come out, pretty naturally. Everything looks fine. I am kind of disappointed once again that this is not true 720p video. That's kind of messed up that they advertise that on the eBay product page. But the current, with the current resolution, the video quality is actually okay. I'm going to switch back to my, where'd my camera go? My camera, which went somewhere, and we will talk a little bit more about these. Guess who just recorded 3 clips without the phantom power supply on, and therefore there was no audio? It was this guy, and I get to do it all over again. So if you guys made it through the last clip without vomiting everywhere because it was extremely disorienting, I applaud you. It was really awkward watching all that video footage upside down. I really didn't like it. So yes, I will flip the video during the actual sample video montage. Let me go over a couple points once again that I already went over in the last clip, but I feel like some people might have not gotten all that information because they were too busy focusing on the fact that everything was upside down. So yes, video quality is okay despite the fact that it is not shooting true 720p video. The audio quality is actually pretty decent as well. It's probably the best out of all the spy devices I've actually reviewed in the past couple months. So audio on this thing is surprisingly good, at least to me. Some of you might find it a little too distorted for your taste, but I actually thought the audio was pretty decent. Going back to build quality, yes, in the beginning it felt pretty cheap. It came falling apart, and I still think it feels pretty cheap, but it has not disintegrated on my face while I was actually wearing them. So I guess, I would say it's not too bad right now. I would really leave that up to you guys, and I still do find the fake plastic lenses kind of disorienting, and it's not really sharp. It's kind of blurring the image a little bit, and it's not going to be great to wear while I'm working on small computer components, so I really don't like that. I don't think I'm personally going to be able to use these. Just like with the other videos, I'm going to give you guys a quick demo on how to actually use these glasses before I go any further. So for charging, you're going to plug one end of your non-existent USB cable into a 5-volt source. That could be the USB ports on your laptop or desktop, maybe the USB port on a phone charger, or even the USB port on a USB battery bank. So once you have the cable plugged into your source, you're going to take the other end, plug it into your glasses. And it's as easy as that. That red light should start blinking, indicating that the glasses are charging. There we go, finally kicked in. So I'm going to unplug it now. We're going to start recording. I have a 32 gigabyte micro SD card installed right now, and that is installed in one of the arms of the glasses. It's installed in this arm right here. Hopefully the camera is in focus and you guys can actually see that. Barely make out the SD card right here. This is one of those things that you're going to have to be careful with, because once you put the SD card in, you're probably not going to be able to get it back. It's going to be an absolute pain to get that out of there. I knew I wasn't going to be able to get that 32 gigabyte SD card out, so I bought one solely for these glasses. So yeah, just something you need to keep in mind. This thing is a SD card eater. So once you have that SD card installed, because this thing does not have any built-in flash memory, you're going to turn the glasses on by hitting the button right here. You're just going to hold it down until the light comes on. There we go. So you can give it a second. Once the standby light turns a solid orange, now we can either start recording video or we could take a JPEG. I'm going to record video, so I'm just going to hold it down for 3 seconds. That light is going to blink 3 times after I let go, and it is now recording video. To stop recording video, just hit it once. And it is in standby mode once again. Now, taking images with this is kind of a pain because the exposure time is pretty long. So to take an image, you have to hold the glasses absolutely still, or else the image will come out really blurry. Just hit the button once. The light will turn blue. It is taking the image now, and once it is back in standby mode as indicated by the orange light, that means your picture has been taken. I'll do it one more time. Yeah, as you can see, it can take a pretty long time to take a picture. If you want to turn them off manually, you're just going to hold the button down till the light shuts off. Retrieving video and picture files off these glasses is super easy. Now, what you could do is take the SD card and just plug it into an SD card reader, but since that is pretty much impossible, we're going to do this through the glasses themselves. So as you can see, I have it plugged into one end of that USB cable now. And I'm just going to plug the other end into one of the USB ports on my computer. These will show up as a removable media device. I am going to go ahead and pop it open. There we go. For some reason it didn't autoplay, but you can see it coming up right here. That SD card is showing up as Nikon D3300. I guess I used this in my D3300 at some point. So you can see one file and 2 folders right here. The time.txt file is the way you're going to set the date and timestamp that is present on the image. So you can change that through this file. So I'm just going to close that. I don't need to change it. And photo, that's pretty obvious. You're going to find your photos here. And you can see a couple pictures, and I'll just flip through a couple of those. I didn't really take a picture of anything. I was just kind of messing around. And then under video, of course, we're going to find all of our video files. And the nice thing about these glasses is that you can actually directly play the files off the glasses.
So here's without looking at the video and audio quality. I've tried to record this.
I didn't realize I still had audio on. But yeah, you can actually play back video smoothly without having to transfer it over to your PC, because the built-in interface is fast enough to do that. With some of the previous devices I have looked at, you needed to transfer the files over to your PC before you actually start playing them. With this, you don't. So that makes things a lot easier. So now I'm just going to throw up a couple pieces of sample footage, going to edit them together in a sample montage. I will demonstrate low light performance, and I will also show you guys a couple of the 1280 by 1024 JPEGs that this thing takes. Afterwards, I'm going to do a test to see exactly how long the 280 milliamp lithium ion battery in here will actually last. So we're going to see how long it can continuously record, and then that's going to be about it for this video. Outside, where there's a little bit more light present, you can see that the video quality gets even better. This environment is going to give us a better idea of what exactly color production looks like, and as you can see, it's not half bad. Colors are coming out pretty decent. Yes, it could be better, but for something like this, I think it's definitely acceptable. We are shooting at 30 frames per second. Once again, this is 720 by 480, and as you were watching this, you will probably notice that looks like there is some cuts in the footage. I did not make those. The camera is doing that itself. It's mainly at the beginning of this footage and then it kind of stops. Not really sure what's going on there. Once again, I think that's one of those things that's just going to be an anomaly with these. One thing that kind of gets on my nerves is the fact that the field of view for this camera is extremely narrow. You're not going to be able to get much in that frame at all. It was really hard to capture what I want to film with these glasses because 1, the field of view is narrow, and 2, it's really hard to tell what exactly they are pointing at. Semi-low light performance is okay. As you can see, there is a lot of noise induced into the footage. There's no weird artifacting, which is good, but it's actually really hard to make out individual objects in a low light situation. You can see a little comparison I have up in the corner. You can see footage from my Nikon D3300, which has a much larger sensor, so it is expected to perform a lot better, but that's just a reference on how bright it actually is in the room. Now we were just cycling through some sample images. It was hard to get a good picture just because of that really long exposure time. You have to hold the camera still for a very long time to get a decent image out of it, or else everything just comes out all blurry. Now I was extremely impressed with battery life. I was able to squeeze an hour and 45 minutes of footage out of these glasses. It breaks up the AVIs into 650 megabyte files, and this battery life is the best I have seen in a long time as far as these spy cameras are concerned. Actually, I think it's the best I have seen all time. So yes, that battery life is awesome. I'm going to start wrapping things up now. Overall, I feel like these were a pretty mediocre pair of spy glasses. Build quality just wasn't there for me. They arrived damaged, and even after I got everything back together, they still feel really cheap, not really structurally sound. Plastic is really bending, so not a big fan of the build quality. Another thing that kind of brought things down for me was the fact that it's not recording true HD 720p video. That's another thumbs down there. But then coming the 2 things that actually brought these back up was the fact that this actually records decent audio. Audio actually sounds pretty good in my opinion. And the 720p, or not 720p, but the 720 by 480 video that this actually does record comes out half decent. And there's one thing that's been nagging me the entire video because I kept forgetting to say it. The camera itself is actually located on the right side of the glasses right here. I guess for you guys it would actually be the left, but the camera is right here on the arm that has the button on it, and it is in that second hole right there. I will give you guys a close-up so you guys can actually see the camera in there. So that's going to be about it for this video. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can go ahead and post a comment in the comments section. Don't forget to like this video. If you didn't like this video, please tell me why. And of course, please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you want to support me, you can support me by using my Amazon and eBay partner links. And you can also check out my Patreon. The link will be in the description. Don't forget to take a look at the Facebook page as well. And if you want to check out these glasses, the link will be in the description too. So once again, one of those videos that's going to have a lot of links in the description. And hey, while I'm at it, if you want to take a early look at these USB powered AA rechargeable batteries, you can go ahead and check those out too. That link will be, guess where? In the description. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next installment of A Computers and Technology.